Hey there, patrons. You got X, you got Kyle, and this is the Secret Patron Show. I don't have my scripting in front of me. I don't know what to say. But anyway, we're gonna give you guys
Just say some shit, it'll work out in
say
the
some
end.
stuff. That's technically what we do every time we get in front of a mic. Like, let's just say words. Let's talk words. Let's do that. We do have a video, not a video. Fuck, I'm tired. We've got a news article that I wanted to talk about specifically because it's about forced baptisms and
Oh, fuck.
And
Okay.
thankfully, American Atheist is suing the pants off of I believe it's the Big Brothers Big Sisters. So if you guys want even more of a reason not to donate anything to Big Brothers Big Sisters anymore, here's a good one. So April Defabaugh and her husband Greg filled a police report last September, calling for criminal charges against everyone involved in unwanted baptism of their son. Their 11-year-old son was in the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Ohio program, which is supposed to be educational and a supportive program. But according to the BBBS website, the organization is dedicated to finding some great big brothers and big sisters who can bring stability and friendship to vulnerable children. Okay, so maybe they're not that bad. Their son's mentor took him to get baptized in order to somehow help him. But after the pastor held him underwater, it resulted with the kid getting reoccurring nightmares. And this is a quote from the parents here that says that they held my son underwater. It wasn't like they sprinkled water on his head. It was full immersion. He kicked, he screamed, and he told him beforehand that he was afraid. Every day since then, he's had nightmares, the same reoccurring dream about being baptized over and over like he's drowning. So these people obviously have never, I can't say these people. The mentor that took this kid out there should fucking know better, that you don't mix, your nonprofit stuff with religion. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you
Yeah.
can, but Big Brothers Big Sisters, I believe, is a secular. It's supposed to be a secular.
It's supposed to be, as far as I know. Has the organization issued any kind of a statement on that?
So what it says here is that it seems that the parents got nowhere with the planned lawsuit because American Atheist is now filing a lawsuit on behalf of the family. They're suing the local chapter of Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Okay.
Because they assigned to their son his church, the pastor, and the court-appointed guardian ad litem, who proselytized to the family and assigned Guerrera to their son and and her organization. So they're taking it to everybody here. So this is from the press release from American Atheist. American Atheist today filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Ohio Eastern Division, alleging that a developmentally disabled child was forcibly baptized against expressed wishes of his parents by a minister and a court-approved mentor. They announced on their website on 27th of March. The child, referred to as V in the court filing, was taken to a church picnic in August 2016 by the child's mentor. During the picnic, the mentor and the child's pastor subjected him to a full immersion baptism against the wishes of the parents. So it's not just like against the wishes of the kid. The parents said no.
Yeah.
And so
legally speaking, the wishes of the kid at that point don't really matter.
Yep. The forced baptism was the culmination of more than a year of religious harassment by V's guardians, ad litem, and V's mentor, as explained in the statement. It remains to be seen whether the court will punish those responsible for the baptism. I
hope so.
I hope they do, because that I can just only imagine how terrifying something like that would be for a kid that's developmentally challenged. Because I remember seeing my mom getting baptized, and that freaked me the fuck out as a kid. Well, it was
push you under the water.
Well, it was a weird time in my family's life because my old man was off to war doing the Gulf War shit that was going on, and my mom apparently needed a spiritual reawakening, so we went to church like every fucking weekend. And then when they did the altar call. So for those people not from Utah, an altar call is when they like go, if anybody out there right now really feels like they need to accept Jesus as their personal Lord and say blah 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 blah, I would just come on up to the front and talk to the pastor. And so like they're playing this really dirgy organ music, and the people that are in the audience come up to the front and they talk to the pastor and they go, hallelujah, praise the Lord Jesus God, where we got somebody that's planning on being saved today, even if you've already been baptized. And so watching my mom go up to the front and needing to talk, leaving my brother and me in the pews back there, and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, Mom, where are you going? Where are you going? And we followed her up there, and they're like, hey, the kids want to get baptized too? And she's like, thankfully, my mom was like, no, leave that up to them. So I give my mom credit when it comes to something like that. But seeing a baptism when you've never really seen one before is weird. And I can speak a little bit on the Mormon baptisms because those are even weirder, if that's a possible thing.
Those are super. They're super culty first.
Well,
I mean, you can't look at those and not go.
I just want the font as like my bathtub because that looks like it'd be
That's a nice big bathtub.
That'd be great. Put some jets in it. It'd be awesome. But for those that have never been around a Mormon baptism, like they have the whole hand positioning, right, where you have to have your hand a certain way and you do the whole squaring the elbow thing, the arm going up this way. And man, and they have to do the whole plugging of the nose and they have to go fully under, like every bit of them. If a foot comes up, they got to redo it. Because you have to be completely washed over wearing your weird white jumpsuit that both dad and son have to wear. Man, it's weird. I remember I went to that one last year and it's still fucking in my brain somewhere. But I honestly hope the parents managed to win this lawsuit because they deserve to sue the fuck out of these people for doing that. I don't know what the mentor for this organization was thinking, taking a kid to do something like that, especially when the kid was wishing against it.
Yeah, and it sounds like from what you read there, it sounds like the organization as a whole wasn't involved.
No, but the thing is,
it was
like, they're
shitty
still
decisions on there. I mean, yeah, they're still
gonna get it because it came from it was somebody in their employ. I guess maybe not employ, they volunteer, I would assume, but
yeah, I mean, they still have to kind of vouch for their volunteers.
Yeah, I just
otherwise, I mean, the whole purpose of the organization is to have volunteers and mentors you can trust.
I find it sad because like I have all my faculties about me, and watching that baptism kind of fucked me up as a kid. But like this kid doesn't have it all. He's not completely all there in the sense that we see it. I'm not trying to be ableist or anything, but you know, he's reliving this kind of thing. I mean, I would assume the kid, if he's got developmental problems, he's probably on the spectrum somewhere. And so if I've never been diagnosed, I can't say that I have. I would think that I fall somewhere on the Asperger scale. I probably would have to because of a lot. I know that I have mental tics that a lot of people don't have, you know, where, you know, you can't forget certain things even though you want to forget them, even though you relive them over and over and over and over and over again. And that's exactly what's happening with this kid, is that he's reliving the trauma that happened to him over and over and over and over again. And for people that think it's not trauma, it's a kid that doesn't know what's going on being forcefully held underwater. You know, that's pretty fucking frightening for somebody.
Yeah, I would that would freak me out if I didn't know what was going on. And I don't think this kid knew what was going on. I don't think he understood the whole situation. I mean, clearly he didn't understand.
Well, I've got the whole lawsuit here in front of me, and I would read through the whole thing here, but
that's a lot of reading.
Yeah, it's a big finding. So, child is receiving proper care, support on the blah 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 blah. I don't want to read the whole thing, but it's out there if you want to go read it. I would say I'd link it, but I got that vacation coming up, and I'm not probably going to get around to doing that. So the thing is, like, okay, so the kid wasn't under the jurisdiction of the parents. It was a social worker that was essentially holding this kid hostage unless he converted to the social worker's religion. So it's kind of fucked up. And the thing is like, since we're living here in America, it's never going to be until people start getting woken up about this shit, they're not going to be like, oh, well, you know, that's just how Christianity, they're trying to save your kid's soul. They're doing a good thing. Giving the baptism's a good thing, you know, or, you know, they're trying to convert you. They're trying to save your eternal soul. No, we're beyond at that point, because that nobody asked for you to do this. It's a matter of you taking it under your evangelical wing, trying to say, oh, well, I'm going to try to convert the whole world. We need to have everybody be my religion. And it's just disgusting, man.
Yeah, don't do that to kids.
Yeah. Leave kids out of this shit. Don't ever force a kid to be baptized. And don't make them think that they're not going to be normal unless they are baptized. I see that happen here in the state as well, where kids are trained from an early age. Oh, are you going to be baptized? And my kids are like, what's a baptism? Remember that weird thing we went to?
Yeah.
Here's a longer item, but I'm not going to read any more of it. And you guys have gotten about 11 minutes out of us on this one. So it's been weird recording during the during the week.
It's a little a little weird during the week.
Yeah, I'm not drinking. That's another thing. But anyway, patrons, we'll catch you later, and we're gonna hang up here. We're gonna go to bed.